Tinhlanhla tebantu atifani. Kwashoscope. Translated, it means people's luck is not the same, said a frog. It's a saying that my mother says a lot. And one day I had to ask her, Guti, why is a frog saying this? Because I just don't understand the frog part. And she said, you know how like human children get hit by cars and ambulances and all these people, they come and they help out. Okay, a frog child gets hit by a car and nobody comes to help. So bantu atifan. And honestly, that kind of got me thinking about the people in the Bible, not just the people in the Bible, but all of us. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you watch a video of a person who says, this verse right here changed my life, it made me a millionaire. And now where you decide to watch the video and you take that person's advice and you do everything that they are doing or they claim to have done, you pray around that verse, you do everything all the day for years you're doing this thing, and then it's down the line and still nothing. You're not even close to paying even a single bill. Do you get what I mean? But then if you also think about the Bible of Buti, if you think about it like me, if I had to choose somebody's life in the Bible to kind of have, it would be kind of Solomon's life, because you know he was king, he was rich, he had all these wives. Sounds like his life was really, really nice. But do we say all of the other people, because Solomon was wealthy and he kind of maybe was one of the ones or the only ones who made that much wealth, do we say that all of the other people weren't favored by God just because Bona they couldn't make as much money or they weren't as lucky in wealth? I mean, take someone like John the Baptist. I mean, the way he lived, his life really doesn't sound that much fun. If like his life is the last life I would like to choose. Honestly, living in the wilderness, eating honey and grasshoppers, and all of that, and then getting beheaded because a girl danced. Because a girl danced. It always, like every time I read it, I have to wonder what were these moves that this girl had. Like, how did she shake as exactly to get this man? Like, how? But it happened. Do we say that he's less favored by God because he lived a sort of poorish life? I don't know if he hated his life, but I mean, if you have to live in the wilderness, wearing what you were wearing, eating what you were eating, it's not a life exactly now that we want to have right now, is it? But then I guess you have to ask yourself, Lucy, Vele, that's kind of how it means. Not everybody's life is meant to be the same. Not everybody's journey is meant to be the same. Some of us will just be beheaded because girls danced. Some of us will be lucky enough to experience life like Solomon's. Some of us will, go through our Moses phase and all of these things, or go through our, Paul phase. I don't know. Some of these lives, people wasn't really very nice if you really think about it. Some of them, yeah, they went through really nice lives. Poor Job, although living your life in grief doesn't necessarily sound all that nice. But it doesn't dismiss the fact that Nazi we are loved by God. Do you get what I mean? Like, so you can't look at your life and compare it to someone else and then think God doesn't love you or God hates you or God is punishing you for whatever it is that you feel you should be punished for that makes no sense, but only you know when only you feel condemned by that thing. It really makes no sense for you to punish yourself. The state of your life doesn't take away from who God is what I'm kind of getting to. And that's something very important that we need to know. Something that I learned from the Exodus generation is something that's very important is for you to know God. And Jesus talks about how God operates a lot. You know what I mean? And he also puts emphasis in the fact that Guti will never really fully understand his ways of operation. But we have to trust him enough to know and to feel that he at the end of the day knows what's the very best for us. Even if we have to get our heads because of a girl who danced. I'm still kind of, about that. It's every time I read it, I really have to wonder, and I kind of want to be at that ballroom and see these moves that got a man. Okay, but yeah. So be grateful Like, really take the time to be grateful, because this too shall pass.